tell me a little bit about why you guys are looking, what you're looking for, kind of some of the needs you guys have.
We are a commercial painting company. We bid probably 12 to 15 commercial projects a week. We also do residential work, but that's another thing. And what's happening is we are running out of time to do the real follow-up that we need to do, and we're tracking it all in a Google Doc. And right now we're only following up with like some of our like biggest customers and our biggest projects because it's too time consuming to move everything all around. Yeah. So we're just looking for a solution to help us minimize that time loss and then, improve our sales metrics just because we're following up more. Bid invite comes in, it gets added onto a Google Calendar. And then we determine whether we're going to bid or not off of that Google Calendar. And then from there, we've determined we're going to bid it, it gets entered into estimating and in Procore. Yep. And then from there we have our silos, but because we bid so much each week, we can't use those silos to really do our follow-up because there's no automation. There's no Chris has to physically follow up on every single one of those, either with a phone call or an email. And that's just not feasible. And it doesn't make sense to hire another person to do that. So then what happens is Chris determines what he thinks our best projects to follow up on are, and then that gets entered into a different Google Sheet.
So this is a dashboard. We're going to get all sorts of charts and analytics from the entry points of the system, and we can circle back to this, but I want to kind of show you the things you were talking about. So we have a project, and easily to get in here, you can create it on the mobile app. You can just click this and new project, but essentially every opportunity has its own template project page. So if I go into one of these, this is, where everything about the project would live. So this probably looks a little bit like your Google Sheet. If I go back to where I just was, we can set the columns to really duplicate your Google Sheet, but the difference is we aren't limited to just a line. We can actually open this up, and all of those details in that line are sourced from this page. So you're going to have one opportunity because we don't want to duplicate your bids, right?
Okay, perfect.
Down in our company information section, you connect all the GCs that you're sending.
That is so awesome. We use Active Campaign for our email marketing, and we have worked with them for years to try and figure out this automation. It is such garbage what we have, and I'm like, oh my god, this already solves 300 problems.
Well, we only work within we literally build the system around this kind of principle because every contractor has that problem. So we really only work for contract, we only fit contractors. So but you can put all the GCs that you're bidding to, it's give them different dollar amounts, who wins and loses it. And then we're tracking some analytics on those GCs so you can see what your closing ratio is with a particular GC too. So we really kind of get deep into the relationships with the contractors.
All right, so how were you running things before Followup CRM?
So we were using Active Campaign primarily as a means to capture residential leads off of our website, and there was no centralized CRM location. We're using Procore for our commercial. Once we were doing the estimates, they would go in Procore, but otherwise our project managers and estimators were just leaving, they had their own systems for tracking. And then all the contact information would go into Active Campaign, but there was no rhyme or reason to it.
So why did you choose Followup to begin with?
Well, specifically that we could follow up with our commercial estimates to multiple contractors, and that it was just set for subcontractor use. It just made sense. We could market the way that we wanted to, we could follow up the way we wanted to, and keep everything all organized in one place.
Absolutely.
Without having to super customize what we were doing in Active Campaign. So
perfect. And what changes have you seen since using it?
Well, like I mentioned before, being able to automate and keep our team in the loop has really created just lots of positive energy around sales. And we've seen an increase in sales. And now that we're also using sequences, and we started applying them recently to every single commercial project that goes out. We bid probably 20 commercial projects a week. we're getting probably 3 or 4 times the amount of feedback than what we were getting when we were just emailing on our own after we'd send the bid out. So that's been great.
That's great.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite part about Followup?
Oh, the automations by far. Like I will automate anything I can.